Hey there guys, in this video I'm going to break down the differences in a Facebook group versus a Facebook page. If you're interested in setting up a social media presence to help drive sales on Redbubble, TeePublic, Merch, or Etsy, whatever print-on-demand platform you use, you may be wondering what the difference is between a Facebook group and a Facebook page. Now there's not one better than the other answer. So I'm going to break down the benefits and the disadvantages of a Facebook group and the benefits and the disadvantages of a Facebook page. They've each got their strengths and their weaknesses. Let's go. All right, I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'm excited to talk about the differences here between a Facebook group and a Facebook page. You know, it's one of those things where we're looking for a competitive advantage. And one of the things that you may find especially if you're a social person, if you like interacting with people, is, having a Facebook presence. And so you can have a Facebook group or a Facebook page. Now I'm going to break down the differences here between the two because they're not the exact same. So a Facebook page is a single page that you own. It's as if your business is a person and has its own page. So here's an example. This is called Funny Cats and this is on Facebook. And this is a page. So we can see here there's a little hashtag here at the bottom. It says @cats make us laugh. And then there's a shop now button and you can go to a website. But this is essentially somebody, like a person, owns this page and then they produce content. Here's another one that's a Facebook page. It's called I Am a Hockey Mom, and it's a company. So it's like, imagine you have your Facebook page and then you'd have a Facebook page really for your print on demand stuff. Could be Redbubble, TeePublic, Merch, Etsy, that sort of thing. A Facebook group, on the other hand, is not the same as a Facebook page. A Facebook group is like a community that you could run as an admin, but it's not really you're not the primary person in the group. No, you're the admin on the group. You've created the group and you've set it up, but people are joining the group and they're a little more active in the group. So here's an example. This is a group actually that I am a member of on Facebook, and it's the buy and sell Masters of the Universe stuff under $35. Middle-aged man alert. I really enjoy Masters of the Universe, which is like an old toy line from the 1980s. There's like cartoons and stuff. And so it's just a total time suck for me. I just like looking at stuff that's for sale. I might occasionally buy an item, but I didn't set up the group. I don't even know who owns the group. The group is, run by some guy who's the admin, and I'm a member. There's 683 members, and people post stuff in that group to buy and sell. Here's another one. It's Crazy About Cats. It's a private group. There's a little over 84,000 members. And again, I don't know who owns the group. So the reason I mention this is it's not about the person who's creating the group. The group is just the group is like a big room full of people, and the admin just happens to be the guy in charge of running the group. But it's not about the person who's running the group, if that makes sense. So here's just an example, Crazy About Cats. It says, this is for anyone who loves their wonderful furries. They bring joy into everyone's life. We hope this will lift your spirits too. So you can see here, Amanda and Carrie Ann are the admins. And, it's 167 posts a day and over 5,000 posts in the last month. Now, if you're thinking, well, hold on, I'm gonna have to run a Facebook group and I'm gonna have to post 5,000 times in a month. No, Amanda and Carrie Ann are not the ones doing the posting. Regular people are doing the posting. So that's the big difference. If you go to a Facebook page, the only person posting in the Facebook page is the person who runs the Funny Cats. They're the only person that can make posts. And then other people can comment on them. Other people can like them, share them, thumbs up, heart emoji, whatever it is. I Am a Hockey Mom company is the only person that can make posts. So this person could upload news articles, funny memes, but they're running the page. A group, on the other hand, everyone is posting. They're uploading news content. They're asking a question. They're looking for help. So there's a definite difference between the two. Okay, 5,000 posts. So a group is way more work if you're going to be an admin. Like a Facebook group admin, I just want to send these guys flowers. They're handling 5,000 posts a month. That's a lot of work. So which one, you're probably asking yourself, so which one should I use? Well, there's advantages and disadvantages to both. So I'm just going to run through those. Okay, we've got Facebook group and we've got a Facebook page. A Facebook group means everyone can post. So they're joining the group because they usually have some sort of question they want answered. They want feedback. It's a social media. That's the social part of social media. They want to post something and ask a question. So an example of a Facebook group would be like a hiking group for Seattle. So Seattle hiking would be the name of a group. Now people are joining that group because they're going hiking in Seattle and they'd like to get answers. Hey, do you know what the best hike is? Does anybody have? Oh, hey, here's some pictures of the last hike that I went on. They want to share. It's like a tribal. They're part of a tribe. Okay. People who join Facebook groups, they feel like they own the group. They're like a part owner of the group. So they police each other. They'll report to the admins if there's like a hateful post or an obscene post. They're taking ownership of that group. I have to be honest with you, that Facebook group that I've joined, the Buy and Sell Masters of the Universe group, I don't even know who runs the group. Like I have no idea. It's not really about them. They don't mention it. Facebook page, on the other hand, only you can post. So it's as if it's for you, okay? And people then will react to your posts. So which one should you use? Okay, so think about the Facebook page for a second, all right? The Facebook page is a little bit more simple, but I don't think it has the highest ceiling as in terms of like the potential. So a Facebook page, there's nothing wrong with a Facebook page. You might even want to run both and just see which one runs better. A Facebook page, you want to use this if you don't want to have to moderate 5,000 posts a month. So you can just upload and people will like it and share it, or they won't, okay? So if you're not going to be providing content or moderating a ton of content, then this is the strategy that you would want to use. Now, I want to point out, if you're going to run a Facebook page, you don't want to run a page and just upload links to your Redbubble or your TeePublic shop. Nobody's going to join that page. What you'd want to do is set up a Facebook page about a shared interest. So an example would be set up a Facebook page about funny cats. And then you upload 20 funny cat memes, news stories, feel-good stories about adopting cats. People are going to join that page because they like the content. You're providing value. You're like a little news source for them. And then every 20th, every 30th, every 50th post, you might link to a funny cat design in your store. Or you might link to maybe, thank you so much. We've reached 10,000 subscribers. If anybody wants to support my shop, here's the link to my shop. Now, it's your page, so you can do whatever you want on it. You're the only person that can post on that page. But you're not going to get people joining your page if all you upload are your designs. Nobody wants, unless you're a celebrity, nobody cares. And I'm using this for myself too, so I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying nobody cares about me. I'm not going to have a Facebook page where I only upload stuff about me. Nobody knows who I am. Nobody cares. But if I created a group called, Vintage Superheroes, and then I uploaded articles about vintage superheroes, I uploaded old, links on YouTube to old cartoons, and people are like, wow, this is interesting. And then I happen to run the page and I go, hey, if you're interested in this stuff, I actually have a shop that sells vintage superhero designs. Oh my goodness, this is wonderful. Maybe I'll click on the link. Maybe I'll buy something. So it's a branding opportunity if you're on a Facebook page. Remember, only you can post, and then people react to your post on the Facebook page. So this is sort of the easier route to do, okay? Facebook group, everyone can post. All right, remember, they own the group. So you're going to use this if you're really providing meaningful value and you enjoy moderating the group. So the ceiling on this is much more. I mean, the Facebook group of the funny cats, 5,000 posts a month. I mean, people are engaged, they're posting. So if you own that group, you could just say, look, I'm not going to allow anyone, as the admin of the group, I'm not going to allow anyone to post to anything that they have for sale. However, I own the group. So I'm going to thank everyone, and I'm going to mention that I have a shop if anyone's interested, because it's a lot of work to fund the site and a lot of work and time and energy. Again, it may work in some instances, it may not work in other instances. So you may want to run the page, or you may want to run the group. Okay, example time. Let's check out a totally made up example. I've just created this from scratch, but imagine this is a real person. This might be you, right? This could be a friend of yours, running a Redbubble store. This is very common. Okay, so this is Jenny. She lives in New York City. Again, totally made up example. But let's pretend Jenny lives in New York City and Jenny has a Redbubble store. So Jenny's Redbubble store is called Pretty NYC. And she's got 750 designs, and she's going, I'd really like to have a social media presence for my Redbubble store. It's all New York City designs. She goes around, she takes pictures. She's got funny sayings. She's got a niche. Okay, so let's see what Jenny's going to do here. So Jenny sets up a Facebook page, meaning she owns the page. So here's the name of the page. It's Pretty NYC. She's got a little hashtag thingy here, or a little, @ sign at Pretty NYC. She's a graphic designer, and she sets this up. Again, this is totally normal that you would set up a Facebook page like this. This is decent. So people would follow her if they're interested in her. They're interested in her designs. Hopefully she would upload useful content about New York City. Hey, there's an art gallery opening this weekend. Hey, fun facts about Central Park. Hey, if you're coming to New York City, ask me questions. And by the way, I happen to have a store if you're interested in purchasing witty, funny, irreverent New York City designs. See, the deal is if she only uploads links to her shop, nobody will care. Nobody will follow her store. But if she uploads value, if she uploads New York City news articles, pictures, funny memes, people will join and they will enjoy the value of the content and possibly support her shop. So this would not be a good setup for a Facebook group, because if she sets up a Facebook group, people don't know the reason for joining the group. Why would you join this group? Think of yourself. Are you going to New York City? If so, why would you join a group called Pretty New York City? It means nothing to you. What you would do instead, Jenny then rethinks this. She sets up a Facebook group and she calls it New York Happenings. Okay, so Jenny is the admin on a group called New York Happenings, and it's open to anyone. They can post anything about New York City. Now, Jenny's the admin. She can certainly check it out and she can say, hey, I'm not going to allow this post because it's about Boston and this is a New York group. So somebody else can have Boston happenings or Sioux City happenings, whatever it may be. So this is the strategy that has the most potential, but it's also the most work. So Jenny would open a Facebook group. She would call it New York Happenings, and then she would let anybody post anything about New York. And then she would have a link, and you're not going to spam people on it, but you would just mention, hey guys, thank you so much for joining the group. Hey, if anyone's interested, here's my shop. And then that's it. And then you go 50 more posts about all sorts of really cool stuff. And then maybe you drop in another link. Maybe you do it like once a week, once a month even. But you do it very subtly. And then people would reach out to you as the admin, and say, hey, the admin, hey, by the way, I've got a shop. They would know who you are because you're the admin of the group. So that's the idea behind the Facebook strategy of a group versus a page where you're very upfront about, hey, this is my designs and this is my shop. So just remember the differences here. A Facebook group has a bigger audience, but it's more about the user. A Facebook page is more, usually an audience is going to be following you directly, and it's more about you. Now, I will say, you may be getting the feeling here that I'm pushing the groups a bit more, but I actually have, and I've set up a Facebook page for myself. So if you wanted to join it on Facebook, it's called at Zen Watercooler. The name of the page is called Zen Watercooler, and it's my personal Facebook page for this channel. And the reason I set it up is because I take a lot of custom orders. People want me to create, wedding or, stag shirts, that sort of thing, birthday custom requests. And so this is just a way for me to promote my graphic design business in addition to the YouTube channel. So again, it is about me. So I'm going to set up a Facebook page. If we wanted to set up a forum where people could ask questions about Redbubble and TeePublic, well, that's what the YouTube channel is for. But I could set up that and I could call it, Zen questions or something. And then people could, ask questions. That would be a group. So there's a very subtle but very real difference between the two on Facebook. So I hope that helps clarify the difference between the two. As always, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. I really value questions and feedback on the channel, so feel free to leave me a comment or a question. And thank you. Your time and your opinion means a lot to me. I hope you guys found this helpful.